Microsoft released pretty good results that actually caused the stock price to surge. And so let's dive a little bit deeper into that in this video and see exactly what's going on. And so guys, as you smash that like button, let me run that intro. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now it's kind of crazy how much Microsoft actually surged. I've been kind of waiting for this type of surge for Alphabet, but we just haven't been seeing it on their earnings. But take a look at this. And so as of the recording of this video, Microsoft surged almost 10% on strong earnings, and I do expect that to continue to increase as the week continues. And so the question is really what's happening? Well, let's start with the expectations first. So the expectation was that, productivity and business processes would slow slightly in 2023 in terms of growth. Intelligent cloud would also slow in terms of growth in 2023. And then the real challenge that they were going to experience is that more personal computing, that segment was going to go backwards in 2023. And so now that we sort of have this a level set, let's actually see how the first quarter came out. And the real point here is that Microsoft is not seeing the same level of high growth rates that it would have seen in the last 3 years. That's kind of what we're expecting for this year. And just an FYI, I said first quarter, but I meant 9 months ended. So productivity is up 9% for the 9 months ended, and of course it's accelerating. It's up 11% in the past quarter, and so that's in line with the 10% growth rate that was sort of expected for the year. Now, cloud is actually up 18% for the year, slowed a little bit in the latest quarter, but it's still in line with that 15% expectation that I had prior to the results coming out. And then, more personal computing, it is down 10% on a 9-month basis, but the weakness is slowing. That's why you're seeing that 9%. So, I think what's happening here is a lot of people had to take up their models or their expectations for 2023, like I had to when I saw these results. And so that's causing that slight surge in the earnings. So they're just doing better than you would expect. Now, diving a little bit deeper into the specific products and services, you can see cloud actually surged 25% on a constant currency basis quarter over quarter. But notice that, their devices are down 26% and Windows OEM is actually down 28%. And so, the other thing is Azure, another part of the cloud platform, is up 31%. But, just something to really focus on that Windows OEM subsegment or business. And so just pay attention to that as the next couple of months or next couple of quarters results roll out. And so they did provide guidance, and they provided Q4 guidance, which effectively gives us the full fiscal year guidance. And so I actually tied my model to their fiscal year 2023 guidance. And what that had to, or made me do, is I had to adjust my model upwards because I was a little bit pessimistic on the year. And I think most analysts were. And so that's once again why you saw the significant or, material increase in the share price. I'd say around 8 to 10% is a material increase on the earnings. Now, just turning to the balance sheet a little bit, they continue to sit on $100 billion of cash. Now, because the current valuation is around 35 times earnings, I personally would prefer if they issued a special cash dividend instead of buying back shares. Now, they're looking to buy companies. They're still trying to pursue that Activision acquisition, which I'm pretty sure is all but dead at this point. We'll see what Buffett has to say about that at the annual meeting, because he took a $4 billion bet on that. I don't think it's completely dead yet, but I don't think it's going to go through. And so, it is unfortunate, but, the days of Microsoft making large acquisitions for large sort of like whale type companies, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that based on the level of scrutiny that you're getting from regulators all over the world. And so, is this a situation where it's a better idea to just pay out that excess cash as opposed to have it sit on the balance sheet? It might be. And so, especially considering that they're generating such a ton of cash, I wouldn't want to see them buying back shares in this environment. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to get at. And we continue to see them talk about AI. I think part of the reason why Microsoft has such a high valuation is because it's being seen as the AI leader. They really won with ChatGPT. But, the one thing that I would say is that don't sleep on Alphabet. They have the same quality of engineers, software developers, etc. And so, if Microsoft is getting such a high valuation, I believe it's only a matter of time until Alphabet gets that valuation too. And they do mention that they continue to invest in their cloud infrastructure, particularly AI related spend, as they scale with the growing demand driven by customer transformation, and they expect the resulting revenue to grow over time. I think that's just an industry wide situation. And so, the beneficiaries of that, of course, will be Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft. And, I really like how they call this the AI era. We're exiting or we did exit the internet era. And then we went into sort of like that social media apps type era. And now we're entering the AI era. And I really like that. I'm going to start using that more. And so just looking ahead, you can see that I've adjusted my 2023 expectation. The overall revenue growth, which I showed you earlier in this video, was around 4.4%. Now it's up to 6.6 for the year. And then 2024 and beyond, I'm just growing them in the low double digits. There's going to be quite a few people who have higher valuations than I do, and that's totally fine. I expect productivity, because this is sort of like that legacy stuff too. I expect it to, grow 10%, but then start slowing down. I think their biggest avenue of growth is the intelligent cloud segment. I think this might be low, the 15%. Overall, cloud is expected to grow at a much higher clip. So the fact that I'm only giving them 15% might be a little bit too pessimistic. I want you guys to let me know why I'm wrong here. And then, of course, some more personal computing. I think 5% a year is reasonable. That just kind of grows at the rate of inflation plus maybe 1 or 2%. So you guys let me know what you think about that. But overall, low double-digit growth. So the real question is, how do you get access to this model, which includes the valuation of at least what I think Microsoft is worth? Well, you can get access to the model and the tracker that accompanies the model at the lower tier of the Patreon. And, join over 200 Patreons and join us on our monthly calls. We actually have one today, and it's where I do a research presentation and, followed by a live Q&A. And I also have just did an analysis on 63 regional banks, and I created a comp schedule that's available to the Patreons at that higher tier. And now the other thing that I do want to point out is that Alphabet just recently released results, and they were pretty interesting. I think they were more surprising to me than I thought they would be. And I really loved how they, told you exactly what their plan to resurge YouTube will be. And I really buy into management's expectations for future growth there. And I laid it out for you guys. I explained my thoughts on it. And so if you haven't seen that video, you can get access to it right here.